Gervonta Tank Davis, let Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. There's nothing you can do to get me to believe that Gervonta Davis and Calvin Ford's relationship is business as usual as Tank prepares for this Lamont Roach rematch. Absolutely nothing. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And if you want to debate, email me, man. The email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Let's get it cracking, though. First of all, bro, if the entire boxing community is having a conversation that I brought to the table and no one wants to say where they getting their information or where they getting their motivation or where they getting their inspiration from to be having the conversation that people are having right now. When that video of Calvin Ford first dropped, where Ring Magazine and Box Raw was in the Upton gym and they were handing out stuff to the kids, giving back to the kids, and then Turkey posted it on Twitter, the conversations that people were having were these weak-ass, surface-level conversations about how GTD is now in partnership with Turkey Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season, all because Ring Magazine came to the goddamn gym. Those were the conversations that were being had. When I saw it, and what it made me think of, I was like, yo, how does this affect the relationship between Tank Davis and Calvin Ford? Clearly, with Tank Davis's thoughts on Turkey, he can't like Calvin Ford being so friendly, being so buddy-buddy, seeming to be cool with one of his biggest nemesis in boxing. Surely he don't like that shit, right? Maybe that could be the cause of some of the tension between the two. So I drop a video on it, give my thoughts on it, and now a few days later, everybody's having this conversation, but nobody's letting it be known where the conversation originated and where it started from. All I'm saying is, bro, just give me my props. So that's number one. On the side note, like, stop playing with me, bro. Like, I can't stand people that take people's work, try to expound upon it, take people's work, try to repackage it, take people's work and try to put a different bow on it, and then give it out to their audience and not let their audience know the foundation of where they got their shit from, bro. That shit is mad annoying. But just know that I see everything, I hear everything, and even if I don't, I got such a great community of fight fans that follow the channel that it's gonna get back to me. I get emails about interviews that's happening and different articles that's being read, videos and live streams of what this boxer is saying, what that boxer is saying, because my community is so in tune with boxing, and I feel like we got the best community in the boxing talk space. Shout out to everybody that follow the channel. I appreciate y'all. Now, with that being said, bro, ain't nothing you gonna be able to do to get me to believe that Tank Davis and Calvin Ford is business as usual. And it's two main reasons, right? Number one, my eyes and ears. I trust that more than anything. My eyes and ears, I trust them. Whether it comes to looking at a situation from a business perspective, practical perspective, real life perspective, I trust my instincts, I trust my eyes, I trust my ears, bro. That's number one. You're not gonna get me, based on what I see and what I hear, you're not gonna get me to believe that Tank and Calvin Ford, everything peachy keen, everything okay. Number two is I trust what my sources are telling me. And now you got a lot of people that say, oh, sources, my sources this, my sources that. All I'm gonna tell you is my sources within Tank Davis's camp were able to get me an interview with the man that introduced Tank Davis to boxing and walked him in the boxing gym for the first time. And they said every one of single Tank Davis's fights that's backstage with Tank Davis for all his fights. That is his uncle, the brother of his mother, his Uncle Stink. Like that's what I don't know what other people's sources were able to do, but the sources that I have within Gervonta Davis's camp were able to get Uncle Stink to do his first and only interview on YouTube with Knockout Boxing. Shout out to Uncle Stink, man. Yeah, so number one, I trust my eyes and ears. That's why I don't believe everything is okay with Tank Davis and Calvin Ford and it's just business as usual. Number two, the people that I talked to within the camp, they were able to get me an interview with the man that Tank Davis wouldn't be a boxer if it wasn't for that man. Nobody else has been able to get an interview with him. No one else has had him on their platform. And I'm told by those same sources that got me that interview that Calvin Ford and Tank Davis are family. That's father and son. But it's just like you and your kids knock out. It's just like you and your parents knock out. You love them. You ain't never going nowhere. But y'all done had it out a few times. Y'all done had to get some straightening a few times. Cause everybody human, ain't nobody perfect. People gonna get into it. That's what humans do. But the love is what bring them back. The respect, the camaraderie, the things that you've been through. So that's what I'm being told. So number one, bro, I stand on everything that I said. Tank Davis don't like that Calvin Ford seemed to be so cool and so buddy-buddy with Turkey. And what people have tried to tell me since I dropped that video and when we did the live stream on Monday is, well, Tank Davis has always worked with Box Raw. Calvin Ford has always had the Box Raw relationship. Well, yeah, Box Raw just went into a partnership with Turkey Al-Sheikh this year. Calvin Ford in 2023, 2024, 2022, Turkey wasn't posting his ish on Twitter. He wasn't over there having Ring Magazine, posting stuff, covering stuff and all that. In 2022, 2023, 2024, Calvin Ford was the head trainer, the lead trainer. Only 2 times I can remember, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and this is going to my eyes and ears as to why I think something is amiss and you're not going to get me to believe nothing else. I've seen a different person as the head trainer of Tank 2 times. Kevin Cunningham, when he fought Cuellar, and Barry Hunter when he just fought Lamont Roach. Tank Davis went on the podium and said, I'm tired of this boxing ish. I just feel betrayed. A lot of us assume maybe Floyd Mayweather, but could be Calvin, and he may not like that Calvin is so buddy-buddy with Turkey. You're not gonna get me to believe that everything is okay when Tank Davis is, since the Lamont Roach fight, we haven't seen him in the gym doing no work with Calvin. The only video we seen was with Mustafa in Atlanta and him taking pictures down in Florida with Evander Holyfield. That's it, bro. Those are the two things we seen. We ain't seen no work with Calvin. We ain't seen no work with Kenny or none of them, bro. We see Kenny Ellis doing a lot of interviews over on Mill City. We see Calvin Ford doing his thing with the gym and stuff like that, but we ain't seen them together. And then this is another thing, bro. This picking side shit, where niggas is acting like Tank is so out of pocket because he treating Calvin so wrong, and or Calvin is the one out of pocket, or Calvin is this saint and all that. Man, both these dudes human, and we not in their relationship. We don't know what they got going on or what the true issues is. All we can do is know what people are telling us and see what we see that's available for the public. And at the end of the day, Calvin Ford human, man. Calvin Ford human. So it's everybody's fault. Lorenzo Truck Simpson down there running Shields, I believe. He had to get away for a minute. Tank Davis seemed to be working with Cunningham right now. Was working with Barry Hunter in the last fight. How y'all know, like, everybody blame, oh, Tank a diva, Tank this. How you know Calvin Ford ain't got a big head? How you know Calvin Ford don't feel like he deserves more credit? more money, whatever they like. You don't know what they issues is, but you can clearly see that there's some issues that I hope they work out and get together. You can still see the loyalty there. You can still see the love is there, but people fall out with people that they love all the time, bro. But what we not gonna do is try to convince people that everything is business as usual, because it's not, bro. It's not. And as far as the rematch with Lamont Roach and this idea that, oh, if he don't have Calvin Ford, he doomed. If he don't have Calvin Ford, he doomed, bro. Number one, I don't believe that. Number two, I think he's gonna have Calvin Ford, even if Calvin Ford isn't the head trainer. But if a trainer is gonna determine whether or not you win the fight at the level that Tank is supposed to be at, then Tank just ain't as good as we think he is. I'm going to repeat that shit so you understand. If a trainer is the difference between whether or not Tank Davis is going to win a fight against these guys at the level that Tank Davis is supposed to be at, then that just means he's not as good as we think he is. Specifically when it's not a downgrade. Kevin Cunningham's not a downgrade from Calvin Ford. This shit is not going to be about a trainer. It's going to be about mental shit with Tank. This fight with Lamont Roach, it's going to be mental. It's going to be about focus. It's going to be about dedication. It ain't going to be about who in the corner. He got to want it so bad. Ain't nobody going to have to tell him what round it is, what adjustments he need to make, what he need to do. He got to be laser focused and lock that shit in on himself, bro. Y'all tripping with this shit, man. Y'all getting this shit fucked up because people train. Y'all act like y'all didn't see what Chris Eubanks Jr. did. Chris Eubanks Jr. was training with somebody else for the first Liam Smith fight. Got stopped. Done bad by Liam Smith. He trained with Bomac for the second Liam Smith fight. How he look? And that was his first time training with Bomac. Jaime Munguia got knocked out by Bruno Soraka K. Got knocked out by him. In that first fight, he was trained by Eric Morales, I believe, for Soraka. Then his second fight with Soraka, he was trained by Eddie Reynoso and Canelo and them. He looked way better in the second fight. First camp with Eddie Reynoso. If you good enough, if you locked in enough, and you've been boxing as long as Tank has, as long as your strength and conditioning coaches is on point and you in shape for the fight and you mentally all the way there, trainer won't be the difference. Specifically, when you got somebody like Kevin Cunningham to know what the hell he doing. Now, if you was taking a step back and maybe letting one of your homeboys train you and they didn't demand your respect during camp and they couldn't motivate you during camp and they ain't know what they were doing, then I could see that shit. But when you going from Calvin Ford to Kevin Cunningham, or from Barry Hunter to Calvin Ford, or from Barry Hunter to Cunningham, those three right there, it ain't about the trainer. It ain't about the trainer, bro. It's gonna be about Tank Davis, man, and where he at mentally. So I think people is overblowing this shit, man, to be real with you. But I really wanted to make this video for three things, and I'll let y'all out of here. Number one, everybody know where this conversation started from, so give me my credit. Number two, I trust my eyes and ears, man. I trust my eyes and ears. And what my eyes and ears are telling me is that although Tank Davis and Calvin Ford got nothing but love for each other, and they'll never, ever, ever let this shit spill out into the public to where we'll have a definitive answer, because that's just how they rock it. Although those things are true, it's clearly some tension there and clearly some issues that need to get fixed. And number three, I trust what I'm being told, bro. And the people that are telling me are far more credible than the people that may or may not be telling other people stuff. Because the people that are telling me what's going on are the people that were able to get me the interview with Tank Davis' uncle, who introduced him to the sport of boxing. Oh, and the last thing before I let y'all go, bro, stop with the whole, this just me again, stop with the whole, oh, Calvin got other fighters, Calvin got amateurs and stuff, so he busy And so that's why Tank is working with other trainers. Then Calvin gonna come later and he gotta focus on his amateurs. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. He wouldn't have half of the amateurs that he got right now without Tank Davis motivating them young men to want to get in the gym because they see what he was able to accomplish. Tank Davis is the guy. I'm not trying to hear that amateur shit. As a trainer, you drop shit for your A1 fighter. You drop shit for your #1 fighter. You let Kenny and the other people in the gym handle that stuff while you go be in camp with Tank, if that's the case. Like, stop that. Y'all stop that shit, bro. It's the same shit we were saying about Derek James and all these other trainers, man. If you got one of them ones, when Earl got a fight coming up, man, you only focus on Earl, bro. When it's Tank and he got a big time rematch and he in the fight of his life and people doubting him and it's the first time he ever fought to a draw, no disrespect to the amateurs or whatever, man, you gotta drop that shit for Tank, bro. That's another thing I hear people saying, like, nah, bro. I don't want to hear that, oh, he got other people. They equally as important. They equally this. He got to do that. Man, okay. Okay. A lot of them people wouldn't even be boxing if they ain't see Tank Davis growing up. A lot of them amateurs wouldn't be motivated the way they is if they ain't watching him. You better remember where your bread is buttered, man. Yeah. But that's all I got, man. Y'all smash like, sub to the channel. I'll be live today. See y'all later on this afternoon. Peace. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know.